chat.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Mondays with Max. How you guys all doing? All right, let me kind of get organized here as I'm trying to make sure I got everything up. Switching to live chat. Make sure I got everybody. Let's do a quick roll call. And Funwiser appears to be first. Thank you very much, Funwiser, for being here. Integra Guy, thank you for being here. Fellow Illinoisan, appreciate you being guys both being members. Hobbyist Miner, good to see you. And of course, the infamous Sunflower Mama is here. Triple D Innovations Mining, good to see you. Hope your Flux node is still up and running. S Chang, Hiram, DM Mining, thank you for being here. Automatic Beats, Travelers Travels, Rude Poots, thank you for being here. New England Crypto, although he did have to leave, but I appreciate him stopping in. Mining King, salute right back at you. No, there's no new plaid, sorry. Remember, these are like crisscrosses. The next one will probably be horizontal and vertical hatches. Anyway, I have some ideas on that, but we're not quite into flannel season, so we're getting there though. We're getting there. I have the infamous Sunflower Mama has loaded me up with some new flannels for the coming year. So there you go. They are in Costco. $10. Imagine that. Anyway, Sub Chaps, thank you for being here. Wow Henway, Paddywhack Miner, Kyle Rogers, DC3, Toxic Miner, Brian Hollywood. Let's see here. Who else have I missed? I think I might have gotten everybody. Perkster, didn't get everybody. 4J, Blue Dragon Mining, Canadian Miner, and it just jumped on me. Canadian Miner and Pocket Change, thank you for being here. Appreciate it. And Cook 4015. Hi, y'all. Anyway, it has been an interesting couple of days here. As you know, I'm still like working like crazy, but yesterday my mining rig went down. One of my mining rigs went down. And it had been going down intermittently, but this time it just would not come back at all. It just wouldn't. And so I went down there, took a look at it, and the breakout board was flashing blue off and on. You know, the breakout boards typically have like 3 colors that they flash. This one was only flashing blue. I have no idea what that indicates, but it wasn't working. So I thought, well, let's try a different power supply. Maybe it's the power supply. And so I hooked that breakout board into a different power supply, and the power supply wouldn't even turn on. So I'm like, okay, I guess that's not it. So then I decided to try the existing power supply that I was using with a new breakout board. And I saw sparks. So I was like, okay then, maybe it's a combination of the both. So anyway, so I put the new breakout board that I had along with the new server power supply that I had, and hooked them up. And I thought maybe it was the wire rack that might have caused the sparks. So I decided to take off of the old breakout board, take like those, the stuff you get on the bottom of risers, that basically that like peel stuff, but it basically gives it a little bit of padding and insulates it from anything electrical. Decided I would just take that off and put that onto there. So anyway, no more sparks. Everything's working good. I was only down for a little bit on one of my rigs, not all of them. So anyway, so everything's good with that. But then we go into today. Power was up and down like crazy. I still don't have one of my rigs up and running yet. It's just a 13060 is down. And my main computer wasn't mining Flux like it normally does. So those 2 things have been down. But everything else has been up, except for my Flux nodes. We had a lot of power fluctuations today, and it was really strange because my YouTube light, here, There we go. My YouTube light. I can't even do it right. Whatever. What's basically giving me my light. Every time the power would fluctuate, the light would turn on when the power came back. Really strange. It's got a remote control. So I'm not really sure why it would do that. But anyway, I'm sure there's some type of electrical signal it was picking up, making it think it was trying to turn it on. But anyway, turned off my PC and obviously did something to my notes, even though when I came home, they were on, they were offline. So I'm like, okay, fine. I will just turn them off and turn them back on. And let's see if they come back. And let's see. So far, well, one's confirmed. Only one's confirmed so far. So one of them is up. One of them is not up quite yet. But I think that was the second one that I did. But anyway, we'll hopefully by the end, we'll have them both back up and running. So anyway, it was quite, shall we say, the adventure when it comes to nodes and mining and all that kind of stuff. So yeah. Anyway, yesterday I had the pleasure of working with somebody and was able to work with them and get their node up and running in a relatively short period of time. So that was fun. So I did that. Did that as a way of procrastinating some work I needed to get done. So it was quite the nice distraction. Let's just put it that way. But anyway, that was just another thing that I did yesterday. So, but hopefully this weekend I will get 2 days off. I thought I was going to get 3. Unfortunately, it does not appear that I'm going to get 3. It looks like only 2, Sunday and Monday, which is a bummer, but hey, 2 days off is what I got in all of August. So anyway, we shall see how long this lasts. Hopefully shouldn't last past the beginning of October. So we shall see. But anyway, that's what's been going on in my life. I heard that there was a little get together of some people. I hope you guys all had fun. Any crazy stories? I haven't heard any. I haven't been on anything to hear any stories that might have come out of the weekend. But I guess whatever happens in Massachusetts stays in Massachusetts. Is that where it was? I don't remember if it was Connecticut or Massachusetts, but anyway. Anyway. Alrighty, well, let me catch up on chat here. Oh, Triple D Innovation says Flux Node running well, thanks to you. Yeah, Triple D Innovations was the person I helped yesterday. It was nice and easy to get back up and running. Oh, good. Second one is confirmed, so they are both back up and running. Obviously, the power fluctuations is what caused them to get kind of in a funky configuration or whatever. So, but all it took is a little unplug and plug back in, and away they went. All right. Brian Hollywood rocking the new threads again. Sunflower Mom, thanks for the wardrobe upgrades. Oh, this is actually from work. So yeah. Yeah, and Sunflower Mom had nothing to do with this. It was just a random thing they gave away at work. It does have the work logo, which you might have got a peek of because I kind of sat up for a second. But anyway. All right, let me see if I missed anything else. Oh, I already saw that. Salute. And Fudweiser Max, the man, the legend, works a 15-hour day, still pulls off a live stream, makes me feel like a wussy. Yeah, well, that's because this is fun. That's work. It's nice to come home, talk to all of you. This is fun. This is relaxing. This is what I enjoy. I like doing live streams. I know some people don't like doing them as much because there's like pressure or whatever. There's no pressure. I don't know. I guess I don't look at it that way. Well, anyway, let's see. My wife actually had come up with some topics for tonight. Believe it or not, the infamous Sunflower Mama. She sends me texts every so often. And I don't always take her suggestions, but what I did find interesting, let me look this one up because I thought this was really, really goofy. I can look at that one too. Let's see. see if I can look this up. Well, actually, let's do this first. We'll do that, and then I want to look this up, and then yeah, there we go. Yep, that's the one I wanted. Okay. Let's first look at prices of crypto, like we usually do. As Cheng says, maybe you should invest in UPS for Flux Nodes, computer and routers. Yes, it's not a bad idea. That thought did cross my mind. I don't know if I'd want to invest in one for all of my mining rigs, but yeah, it definitely has crossed my mind, especially with what happened here. This is really unusual. We don't normally get any power spikes or anything. By the way, guys, I forgot to put it on low latency tonight, so it's about, you guys are about 20 seconds behind me on this, so I apologize for that. So it's going to take a little bit for your questions to get answered. Alrighty, well, let's like I said, let's take a look at the market. There we go. Alrighty, so here, let me get rid of that. There we go. And squeeze this in a little bit. I didn't get a chance to set up the window perfectly. There we go. Alrighty. So yeah, everything's up a little bit. I mean, ETH is up 6.72% because it had taken a huge fall, but hey, I'll take that. I like above 1,500 rather than below 1,500. That's for sure. And BTC over 20,000. I like that better than under 20,000. So yeah, definitely got some green going on here, which is a nice change considering the stock market actually lost today. So this is counter, from my understanding, what the market did today. So Patrick Guyan, appreciate you being here. Calamon Mining, appreciate you being here. Gordon Murray, when Lambo. It's a long time between now and a Lambo, that's for sure. Plus, by the time I could get a Lambo, I probably wouldn't even be able to get in and out of it. So no thanks. Okay, it's been about 15 minutes into the stream, and there's been one mention of helium. Can I retire once I get my H&T miner? I don't think so. I have 3, and I certainly can't retire. Not making a whole heck of a lot, but hey, it's better than 0. That's for sure. And what I made in helium early on more than paid for the 3 miners that I currently have. I am thinking I need to do something with the other 2 sites, though. They aren't making a lot, and they could certainly do better if they were installed in a more proper way, shall we say. Both are on a first floor. Both are inside. Anyway, I benefit in the one I have that's on a second floor. I don't have, tinted windows. They're just double pane. So there isn't a lot of loss in the window compared to more modern windows. But anyway, Mining King says 3 Flux nodes up and running now. Nice. So like I said, I want to know when you're going to start your Flux node hosting service, because you can host a lot of them. There you go. Anyway, alrighty. So the other thing, and I thought this was really interesting. Has anybody heard, and I mean in relation to crypto, has anybody heard of pig butchering? And to me, when I read this, it sounds like another name for rug pull. It's a little bit different, but it's basically a rug pull. So pig butchering is when a scammer builds up trust with their victims before eventually pressuring them to deposit more and more of their crypto assets into a bogus digital wallet or websites controlled by the scammer. So I know a rug pull is more about, one crypto coin, but this appears to be more about a fake exchange. So anyway, I just thought that was interesting. So this is why it's important to make sure that you're keeping your funds in a secure, whatever it is, secure exchange, secure wallet, whichever. just make sure that you're not just going with some fly-by-night that has been around since yesterday. You want to be in something that has a proven track record, that's for sure. So anyway, and then there was one other thing. This is what I don't remember. Let me open this up. Oh, just the fact that, yeah. So everybody talks about the merge. So switching gears, we're talking about Ethereum and the merge now. Talking about the merge, everybody knows the September 15th date. The only thing that could possibly delay the merge is the actual beacon chain, the proof of stake chain, failing its fork. Nobody talks about the fact that there's a whole bunch of changes that need to happen on the beacon chain in order to make it have the ability to merge when the merge date comes on the proof of work chain. So we can hope that there's some problems on September 6th. I don't think it will, but something to watch out for. September 6th is the date for Bellatrix. Bellatrix is the name of the beacon chain fork that enables proof of stake to take over at the time, or when the time comes. So anyway, that's kind of the extent of the news I had. Actually, let me look at this one other thing that she had sent me. And if I remember correctly, I wasn't going to talk about this. Has anybody else been hearing about, a lot of people are like, well, if one person controls all of the nodes, that, you could have a 51% attack. I think that's highly unlikely. So it's the same likelihood of Ethereum being 51% attacked. There's so much of it out there. There's so much of the money staked that I think it'd be very, very difficult for that to happen. Now, control of the actual nodes themselves, and the fact that AWS is going to be hosting quite a few of them. I don't know if that specifically would cause it to go down if AWS completely failed, but certainly would cause some problems, no question. Yeah, this was it. Serious question for anyone who studies ETH protocol. What is to stop the top 51% of stakers from slashing the stake of the bottom 49% of stakers to give themselves more percent stake? And technically, there's nothing to stop them, except if that were to happen, then it would devalue the currency, because it would basically throw the whole thing out of whack. So one of the things Ethereum developers talk about is game theory. Everybody is in it for their own best interest. So if your best interest is to attack the network, then you're going to attack the network. But the idea is that if you are taking your hard-earned Ethereum, well, whether it's hard-earned or not, that's up for debate. But anyway, I don't mean ours, I mean others. But anyway, take your Ethereum and you're going to stake it. Are you really going to risk the value of your Ethereum by attacking the network? And they base a lot of what they do based on that. So anyway, all right, Mining Kings. Oh no, I'm a noob. I just follow. This is not financial advice. Nice try there, Mining King. See, he's the ultimate troll. And see, I always call Mining King the nice troll. He is definitely the nice troll. Oh, is Brian Hollywood? Oh, was Brian Hollywood trying to set up a node? I think you can figure it out. It's not that hard. It really isn't. It's just, there's a bunch of gotchas in there. And once you know how to get past the gotchas, you're fine. It's a matter of following instructions, and when the instructions are wrong, knowing where to find what the answer is when you figure out that what's in the instructions is wrong. So at any rate, that's at least for me. And every time I've put one together or helped somebody else put one together, I've managed to make it happen. Alrighty. Anyway, yeah, not too much to talk about tonight. Trying to think of what else is going on. Yeah, profitability isn't. Oh, what am I talking about? Nioxa, of course. Where's Nioxa today? I haven't looked. I have not looked. Let's see. Nioxa. Sure. Ticker. There we go. Down 15%. Boo. All right, let's look at the 7-day. Wow, look at that spike. Look at that spike. That was amazing when that happened on Saturday night. But now it's still doing pretty well. Yeah, I just don't have that much. I have 6,800 Nioxa. So mine went from like $6 to like in the high 20s, I think, is where it went. But hey, at least, if you look at the long run, the price now is like 0.035 or so. And just from a few days ago, that's still more than double. So not bad. Not bad at all. Let's look at mining profitability. What to mine, and let's pull up the 3070. Calculate. And look at that. Ethereum's up on top. But look what's not far behind is Flux. And wow, look at that. Aeon right there too. Check that out. Let's look over. Well, I guess I don't really need to do that because I don't know if you ever noticed this, but the profitability, it's like a quadrant. So the upper left is current. To the right is 24-hour. The lower left is 3 days, and the lower right is 7 days. So I generally will look at the 24-hour most, except when we get a spike in a crypto, and then the 24-hour doesn't really make a lot of sense because as soon as it spikes up, all of the past mining, yeah, it looks great, but the current mining, because the markets are the market is going to adjust. There's going to be more people flocking to that coin now that the value went up, and it's more profitable. So looking at the 24-hour in that case isn't great. So right now, and I always love how they do this. So they talk about profitability and profit. Profitability, how they define profitability is the gross revenue. Profit, that is minus your electric, which makes no sense. Profitability and profit should be the same measurement, but whatever. It's a little quirk in the site, in my mind. But like, look, you look at Flux, it says profitability current is 107%. Well, yeah, but Ethereum still profits more because of the power, the cost of the power. So I don't know. Just always thought that was real quirky about this site. But anyway, yeah, if you look at 7 days, Flux is right up there with Ethereum. So is Aeon. Ergo is down a little bit as far as that goes, but still doing quite well. So anyway, Conflux is pretty much up there, 90%. Kapow is, it's in the 80s. And there's Nioxa, the 7-day, 128%. So yeah, if you were mining it for the last 7 days, it's still the most profitable coin. But yeah, over the last day, current, last 3 days, no longer the most profitable. Anyway, yeah, it's just interesting how like Firo, Ethereum Classic are way down here now. So still profitable, but nowhere near what it was. And the other thing is, really what's taking a hit is the Kryptonite GPU algorithms. I mean, Equilibria is now unprofitable at 10 cents a kilowatt hour. I don't know where Conceal went. Okay, Conceal is 37 cents, so right around Ethereum Classic. And then Ryo is in that same general vicinity. So, yeah, those used to be really far up there. But you never know. They just may be down a bit and may recover and get to be nice and profitable in the future. So, we can definitely hope. Alrighty, well, let me take a look to see if you guys have any questions. Let me see. I missed. Oh, looks like I might have missed a bunch of things here. Oh, no, there's that. That. I've already talked about that. All right. All right. Paul D says, thoughts on social slashing to stop Tornado Cash style censorship on ETH level 1. So I see both sides of it. I mean, Tornado Cash, what is the reason for Tornado Cash? It's strictly laundering. It's laundering money. I mean, what else can you call it when you take something, you mix it up and shove it out different channels just so you can't track the transaction? That's what you do for laundering money. And laundering money is a crime. So that's why I kind of I see both sides. The other side of it is this is just software. That's all it is. It's not a virus or anything that's going to do anybody any harm. It's just software. And to censor something at the code level is somewhat unprecedented. So on something that's not a virus. So I don't know. Me personally, again, because the intent of what they're trying to do is a crime in my mind, then I agree with what they're trying to do. So yeah, I mean, ETH specifically is trying to make sure that they stay off the radar. So if they allowed Tornado Cash to operate on Ethereum, it would only bring them more scrutiny when they're trying to basically tell regulators nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. Oh, Brian Hollywood said it's all my port issues on my router. Yeah. Maybe you need a new router. I don't know which router you have, if you want to share that. But yeah, it is. I had to get a new router in order to make it work. It's either that or I have it operate on a DMZ. It was one of the two. So I didn't like the idea of using a DMZ. It's not exactly the most secure thing in the world. So once and honestly, Red Panda had mentioned at one point, there's like level 2, level 3 layer, level 3 layer, level 2 layer routers. And I forget which one is more powerful, but bottom line is that you got to find something that's got a good processor so it can handle more transactions, more detail, all that kind of stuff. So anyway, let's see here. Brian Hollywood, Ronnie put a helium miner at my beach house and it's crushing it. LOL. I'm guessing that it's not doing that. Anyway, Mining King, my Neoxa wallet was worth 62 LTC at one point. I'm still holding. Yeah, it's kind of hurt when it came down like 50. It came down about 50% from its high. But at the same time, it's still double what it was a few days ago. So no complaints, no complaints. So I guess my $6 is now worth around $12. I'm guessing. I haven't even looked it up. Let's see. Rabid Mining. Oh, hey, Rabid Mining. Good to see you. The spike was because you could only buy, not sell. It takes 12 hours to send coins to an exchange in order to sell since the attack. Ah, interesting. Don't think it would have hit that high if you were able to sell at the time. Yeah, probably not. Interesting. I was not aware of that. Alrighty. Okay, here we go. Georgie says, People also use Tornado Cash where crypto is illegal in their state. There seems to be a lot more laundering in fiat than what was made apparent. There's also XMR. Yeah, I mean, there are other ways, and that's why there definitely have been talks about sanctioning secure coins, privacy coins. So anyway, let's see what else. Oh, Spike was from Minecraft launch. Yeah, that probably had something of an effect. There's even though people couldn't sell right away. That's not to say there wasn't kind of an instigating factor that was going to make the actual coin go higher. It certainly seems like Minecraft would be a good reason. And I think weren't they also offered on another exchange, if I remember correctly? But I could be wrong on that. Red Mining XRP is partnered with the WEF, World Something Fund. I don't know what the E stands for. They own the SEC. Interesting. Pig slaughter. All right. Well, I may keep this a little short tonight. It's definitely been a long couple weeks. And I did a stream on Saturday night. So, but anyway, I'll give you guys a few more time. If you got any questions, let me know. If you guys have any stories to share, let me know that as well. Son of a Tech showed all buys today on Trade Ogre. Oh, for Neoxa. Yep. Oh, World Economic Forum. Got it. Thanks, Fudweiser. Appreciate that. Alrighty. Oh, Gordon Murray. My Xfinity Gateway is taking a pounding. Yeah. So that's what I was using with my nodes, and I had to run it on a DMZ. I could not get UPnP or port forwarding to work properly for the node. The node requires so much port forwarding. There are tons of ports to forward, and doing it for like Helium, which has like a couple of ports, it's not really that big of a deal. But with the node, with the Flux node, there's a lot that needs to be forwarded. So yeah, not good. The Xfinity Gateway is not good for running a Flux node. It really is not. Let's see, maybe what else I might have missed. Let's see. So why flux pumping where everything else is sinking? I've been thinking about that as well. I'm not really sure, but I also always wondered, why was it going down as much as it was? It constantly has good news. I don't even know if you could say it's one reason or another. I know that they did get put on another DEX, another DEX. So maybe that was part of the reason. I don't know. But I think it's not even close to where it should be, honestly. Mark of Warren says, Max, how will Bitcoin be transferred once the last BTC is mined? I have no idea. That's a very good question. Not really sure. Unless they just think that people will mine out of the goodness of their heart. That's a long ways away, though. A really, really long way away. It will be interesting, though. I don't know. We will find out. Probably not in my lifetime, but somebody will find out. You youngins will find out. That's for sure. Revenue Money. It was 90% new listing on pump day. Oh, okay. You're saying because it was newly listed on an exchange. Got it. Okay. Got it. Let's see. Luna crushed it? Is Luna pumping now? All right, Pearl Rabbit says, Rabbit Mining, I'll buy the board if you buy the CPU. Maybe Fudweiser can buy the RAM. What are you guys talking about? Building a CPU miner together? That's what it sounded like. Seb Chaps, I'll provide the cooler. Yeah, actually, one source of information, Hardware Canucks. I don't know if any of you guys follow them, but they've got a guy on their channel that does a lot of really good reviews and it's hard to say that they're exactly reviews. He does a lot of really good comparisons of different coolers in different price ranges to say, you know, how they do with different types of processors. Just to say, hey, this is the best cooler out there. Well, if you're running an not even i3, let's say you're running a Ryzen 3, you don't need the best cooler. It's not going to get that hot. It's not the same as running a 5950X or a 3950X. So, but anyway, sorry, getting sidetracked a bit, but if you haven't watched Hardware Canucks, definitely check them out. Not sponsored or anything. I just really enjoy watching their content. So Paul D's like, HNT talk, check. XCH talk, X. Don't like to talk about XCH. Okay. Pearl Rival, new AMD release today. All new hardware to be built. What do you think, Max? Time to throw away the 5950X? I have no idea. I have not seen any of the information. I have been tied up at work, so been a little bit out of the loop. But yeah. Chum Change, what's going on? Hope you guys all had fun this weekend. I'm sure you guys did. Alrighty, guys. Well, I am going to call it a night. It's been 40 minutes, and I appreciate you guys all showing up. Hopefully, well, actually, Monday, I will have a full day to kind of get prepared and have some topics to talk about like I normally used to. That's the way I really like to run the live stream and generate conversation and such. So definitely will be back with my regular content. Oh, look at that. My boss is calling. Gotta love it. Well, he is going to be muted for a second, and I will call him back in a little bit. But anyway, thank you very much. Appreciate you guys, and you guys all have a good night.